Y Brain Podcast, Episode 6. I'm your host, Chico Suave. Welcome. It is March 6th, and I hope you're having a great day. Can't believe we're already into March. Can't believe we're already 6 episodes in. Thank you if you've been following these episodes. You haven't heard any of them. You heard maybe one. Want to hear some more? Apple Podcast. Got Spotify, Anchor.fm. Those are all the available places you can stream any of these episodes. I'll just tell you flat out, it's mostly motivation. Something to help you go ahead. Go forward. Help you stop looking back. Trying to find reasons to problems that don't exist anymore. They do to you, though. That's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about win or lose. What does it take to go after any challenge? Some people like to be challenged on the daily, like myself. I need a challenge. I need something that is going to motivate me, that is going to just burn that fire of creativity inside of me. A point where I'm not bored, a point where don't want to be there. I've had a lot of jobs like that. I've had a lot of places where I've been at where I've come to the conclusion, and it's usually like after like 3 or maybe even 6 months being at a job, and you know that you're not going to like it there. You can sense that. I've felt that before. And if you don't challenge yourself, okay, and if there's no places to be challenged in your place of work, maybe you should find something else, okay? But we're going to get into that a little bit later. Now, there are obstacles daily that stand in the way. Events that bring out an ambition or fire that burns that fuel inside you that help you push through any challenge in your life. Now, how are you going to perceive it, though? Let's start right now with segment 1. Losing is not always a bad thing. When you fail at something, do you figure out a way to win, to keep making, or do you just keep on making the same mistakes and you get nowhere? What do? I believe success is nothing without failure. You have to fail sometimes. You have to learn from your mistakes. You have to learn from those problems. I don't think every situation is perfect. I don't think everybody's success was handed to them. You may believe, people who have grown up in money or who had wealthy parents or maybe they hit the lottery. I don't know, stuff like that. Those don't go into account, okay? There's a different success there. We're talking about a success within yourself. What do you want out of this life? What do you want out of your daily life, out of your daily walk? What is something you want to gain? Or do you just want to go by every day, repeated chores, repeated work, repeated problems, repeated fights, repeated screaming, repeated hating your job, repeated, like, if you're into that and you like that, more power to you. But you're not being challenged. That's why it's not going anywhere. That's why you're not getting a raise. That's why you feel like your life is incomplete. That's why it's so many reasons. But it's what you do in that situation. When challenges don't present themselves, you have to present yourself to the challenge. You got to go up to that challenge and say, hey, dude, I'm here. Now let's go. We got some work to do. Or are you just going to be looking at the challenge from your couch, outside your window, and say, oh, look, there's that challenge. I need to get to that. I'll get to it tomorrow. Tomorrow, I think I'll feel more challenged. I'll feel more motivated. It takes that one step, dude, to just be like, you know what? There's a challenge. I need to go get that before it goes away, before I get unmotivated, before people bring me down worse than they already have, before I bring myself down more than I already have. Think about those things. So when you lose, when you fail, when something doesn't go right, how do you perceive it? How do you take in that loss? Do you mope about it? Do you sulk? Do you mourn for a long time until something is presented to you? Or do you, it's cool. Cry, man. Let it out. Let your emotions just let it out. Feel it. Really feel it of what's going on. Really search of how you're feeling because of that failure, because of that thing that didn't go right, because of the job that you lost, or maybe because of the job that didn't go well, or maybe that relationship that didn't go well, that marriage that didn't go well, or maybe your relationship with your kids didn't go well, whatever. Like, really think about it. Wipe your tears, take in some deep breaths, and really think about it. What do I need to do from this point to do better, to be better? Not to deal with it, not to just ease the pain a little bit. No, to correct it for your sake and for those around you. Okay? Any failure, any mistake, anything that you go through, okay? Learn from those. They're lessons. Every mistake, every problem is a lesson. Learn those lessons. Because those lessons eventually give you the solution to your problems. If you say you get an F on a test, you get all the answers that you got wrong, are you gonna just take another test blindly and think you know it again? Or are you gonna actually look at each problem and say, how did I get that wrong? Oh, okay, I see how I got that wrong. Oh, okay, this is the answer. And you study those problems. Like, I love the word analyze. You got to analyze those problems, figure them out, and try to get a victory over those failures. But you're going to have failures. I know people try their best to be perfect, try not to mess up at their jobs, mess up in their relationships, mess up in anything that they do. But it's not like that. This is real life, man. Mistakes are going to be made. You're going to say things that you don't mean to say in the heat of a moment. But how are you going to correct that? Yeah, it was a mistake. But how are you going to correct that? It's not by being quiet and thinking that you were right when you know you were wrong. Trying to convince yourself, oh, man, no, you were right. Don't heck with everybody else. I'm right. No, they can be mad all they want. I don't care. I'm right. Learn from those mistakes. Learn from them. Remember that. Success is nothing without failure. Let's go to segment 2. Winning is not the whole reward. Now people say, well, what am I working for? What am I learning from my mistakes for? What am I solving these problems for? What am I doing all this for? I thought it was to win. It is to win, but it's the journey on getting that win. The struggles, the fights, the hunger, the days where, man, you were ready to give up. And something inside of you just sparked and said, man, I don't like it down here. I don't like it in the mud. I need to get up and dust myself off. I need to keep on going. It's those moments. It's those things, those events, those people in your life that just bring just clarity to everything that is going on. And man, when your world is coming down, it is crashing, but you're still trying. You're still just trying to crawl through the mud, saying, you know what, man, I know it's going to be worth it when I get there. I need to learn from these mistakes. I need to know what problems there are, and I need to know how to solve them. And while I'm doing that, I need to give myself a break and tell myself, dude, you got this. Don't worry. You got this. It's being your biggest cheerleader. It's being your biggest motivator. It's being your biggest just mentor. I don't know if you have a mentor right now in your life. If you've had a mentor before in your life, whether it be a religious figure, whether it be a best friend, whether it be a coworker, whether it be a family member, having somebody there to help guide you it's great. It can be frustrating at times, especially if you want to be right about everything. When you think you know everything. But it's great when, man, you've lost all hope. People are just coming at you, man, like nothing before, something that you've never gone through. And they come around and say, dude, don't worry about it. You got this. I know you can do this. I believe in you. To have someone like that is very important to have in your life. I try to do that with this podcast. I try to mentor people to help open their eyes, open their heart, open their minds to the reality of what it is to be happy, what it is to bring joy to your life, what it is to not have stress. Although we're going to have it regardless. You can do whatever you want. You can meditate. You can go to church. You can do all these things. But it's going to take you. It's going to take your willpower. It's going to take you wanting to do these things to bring peace, to bring happiness, to bring joy, to bring love in your life. That itself is a challenge. And most of the time in those challenges, you're not winning. You're struggling. But you want to win. So the reward is in the journey to win, not in the winning itself, not in the glory, not in the shout outs, not in a pat on the back. No, it's getting there. And it's a conversation I had not too long ago with my wife. We're kind of stressing about getting a house. The market is just so crazy right now, trying to get a house. And, she's just a little overwhelmed, a little overstressed. And I had to remind her that all we have is today. What we have today to figure out tomorrow. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, 3 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. What we do now is we figure things out for tomorrow, but we leave it at that. We don't overstress. We don't overwhelm. We don't overthink. We try to plan as best as we can and leave it at that. Not let it consume your whole life. Not let it consume your whole day, your whole form of thinking. But just at that moment, what can you do about this situation in that moment? Very important. Because that moment and every other moment leading up to that winning, that first place, is going to strengthen you for those problems. If any problems come after winning, you know how to deal with them. You know how to solve them. You know how to have patience with them. You know how to keep your partner calm about them. I mean, everything that you learn on the way to winning helps you further in your success. You keep on winning if you see the reward as the journey to winning, not just winning. Number 3, segment 3. Fear, doubt, frustration, and faith will be your weapons. Fear. We've talked about fear in recent episodes on how it can fuel something inside of you to go forward, to want something, to be hungry, to be ambitious, be creative, and to win, to want to win. But fear can also give you second thoughts. Am I really good enough to do this? I'm scared that they're not going to like what I want to bring. I'm scared that they're not going to like my ideas. I'm scared they're going to think that I'm stepping over people. I'm scared that they don't think I have enough seniority. I'm scared that... Stop being scared. Let that fear give you that drive, man, that adrenaline rush. Let fear give you that rush to be you know what? Shut up, fear. We're going to do this. And the reason you're scared, the reason that you have that fear, I believe the only reason you have that fear is because that fear is scared that you're going to succeed. That fear inside of you, that little voice inside of you saying, no, you're not going to do it. Don't do it, man. Remember, this is going to happen. This is going to happen. You're not going to have this and you're not going to have that. Don't let that fear. That fear is there to intimidate you, but don't let it destroy you. Don't let it take over you. Let it warm you up. Let it pump you up, man. You ever remember those clowns at the state fair that used to talk a lot of smack, and then there was a dunk tank. Man, they would talk a lot of stuff, bro. Some of the things they would say, I'm like, okay, I don't know how they got away with that. But they would make fun of your weight. They make fun of the way you look. They were jerks, man. Some of them, I think they were drinking, but dude, that's what it reminds me of, what fear reminds me of. It's just like, you can't do it. You can't do it. You can't get rid of me. You can't dunk me. And you just got to be focused on that bullseye where you need to attack that fear and say, shut up. I am going to do this because it is worth my life, my sanity, my happiness, my joy, my peace. I need this. And once you hit that fear goes down. Take on fear. Doubt. Just talking about doubt, about saying, I don't know if I could do this. I don't know if I'm worthy. I don't know. I don't have enough experience. I don't know. Don't doubt yourself. But that doubt, again, it's something that it's like poking the bear, like they say. Not the cocaine bear, but the bear. Just poking the bear. Just messing with the rabid dog, You're just messing with it. Doubt's trying to just get at you. Trying to take all those fears inside of you. All those things that people have said to you in the past, things that you failed in. All those bad situations you were in, that you put yourself in, maybe you didn't put yourself in. But doubt reminds you of all that stuff, dude, and it's hard. It's hard to push back, man. That push is like on the floor, when people push you back and they push you really hard, you end up on the floor. That's what doubt is. It's a big push to the floor. You got to get back and push back, dude. Push back is hard against doubt. So you know what? I may think that in some part of my mind, but I know in my heart that I'm better than that. And I'm going to do better than that. Going to be better than that. And doubt may come and it may go, but I'm going to keep pushing forward because I know I am worth whatever success is ahead of me. Frustration. Frustration can also be another fuel to the fire. I get frustrated a lot when I need to get things done. Most of the time, I need to calm myself, of course, when you're frustrated because you're not thinking clearly. Your frustration blinds you. It makes you more angry, and it doesn't let you really kind of solve the problem. I know when I get frustrated with family or get frustrated at work, I have to take some time for myself. I have to chill. I have to go, medicate, or I have to breathe, or I have to be away from people. I just need a break. And with that, I think I'm learning a lot of patience with my problems. Learning a lot of patience with situations that are trying to cause problems and arise problems in whatever, I got in a little fight with my wife this past weekend because we were stressing about the house again. And, just before I would get really upset and just kind of just let it all out. And now I try to be as calm and explain why I'm trying to be calm and explain why I'm saying these things and explain why I'm trying to calm her down and explain why we shouldn't be overwhelmed and explain why we shouldn't be overstressed. And she looked at me like with a weird look like, whoa, this is different. Just understanding communication. I'm learning at work communication. And I'm trying to bring it home with my wife because I need communication. I need better communication with my wife and my kid, my family. I have good communication at work, excellent communication. I love my crew. I love my coworkers, my managers, everybody. Here, I need that same communication. So see those things, the frustrations, the doubts, the fear, and they're building all this faith in you to say, dude, you can do it. Now go do it. Don't let anybody tell you you can't. And when they do, you remember all the moments, all the hard times, all of those challenges, all of those mistakes, all of those failures, all those times where you didn't win, all those times that you did win, but you didn't feel like you were winning. Take it all there and really look at why you did all that, why you continued to do it, why you wanted to do it. Who motivated you to do that? I don't think anybody is, I don't know, when they say, who motivated you? Who motivated you? Who motivated you? Like, people can motivate you, but people can't make you do things. They can't go control you like a robot. You got to want to do it, right? So what is it, win or lose? What are you going to do with the next challenge? And if you fail, what are you going to do then? There's so many challenges and so many forms that can come your way in your daily life. Things that don't need you to overreact, don't need you to overthink or overstress. Things that just don't even need your attention. Look at it and be like, wow, that exists. And then just go on by your day. But there are those things that daily just tear away at you. Maybe you've been at a job for a long, long time. You don't feel any advancement. You're the only person that can motivate yourself to want to do something about that. Don't wait for your wife. Don't wait for your husband. Don't wait for your kids. Don't wait for your best friend. Don't wait for your pastor or wait for your teacher to tell you, you need to do this. Deep inside, you can find why you need to do it. You're the main reason why you're doing it. But what do you need to do? What is that next challenge? What is that next failure? What is that next winning? What is that next fear, doubt, and frustration that builds that next faith? What is it? Only you can figure that out. Find that in your daily life, those challenges. Analyze it. Look at it. Don't react to it. Don't overthink or overstress about it right away. Like, oh my God, this is going to happen. Oh no, and then this is going to happen. Then we don't have time and we don't have this and we don't have. You need to breathe. Calm yourself. Analyze the problem. Look at the problem. Figure out the problem. You got this. Don't let anybody tell you you don't have it. Because they don't matter. Their voices don't matter. Those people that motivate you, want you to progress, who want you to advance, who want you to find that happiness, that joy, and that peace. Listen to those people. They want you to go higher. They want you to find that. Your next challenge. When you lose, pick yourself up. And when you find that first place, be proud of yourself and keep on going forward.